Good morning. Welcome back to the channel. I'm back in Euston Wall again, and today I'm actually going to try climbing again. I've taken my fingers up. I trained hockey last night and it was okay. I think the main concern I've got is my pinky pulling to the side, so climbing should be okay pulling down. That's why I'm risking it a little bit. But yeah, you got to take a few risks in life, don't you? So that's what we're doing today. Going to be doing some more light climbing. Obviously I don't want to mess it up too much. Just going to do some simple climbs, more technical focus again. Obviously I've not been on the walls for about a week and a half now, so it's good to be back out here. And I believe my technique will probably have slipped a lot. That week and a half will make a big difference in terms of how well I'm climbing. So just trying to get that fluid motion back on the walls and just get back into it. So I'm going to jump into a few easier climbs, see how the finger feels, and then move into some slightly more difficult stuff. But I don't think I'll be climbing above a V4 today. Just going to take it easy and yeah, go from there. But yeah, it's good to be back, and I hope you enjoy the video. Okay, so I made the executive decision. Unfortunately, no dynos today, which is very difficult for me because I absolutely love dynos, but it's just not sensible. The impact going through my hand, it's not worth the risk, and that's when it's more likely to slip. So I'm going to do just static climbs, which is good for my technique, getting that back as well. So it's going to be more static routes, yeah, just conserving the finger, making sure I don't do it any damage. And there's plenty of climbs, new sets as well, that I've not been able to climb because I've not been here for a while. But yeah, should be good fun. So just going to jump into this orange V1 behind me. Okay, I'm just going to jump into this black V3 now. And it's quite a tricky one to read, so I'm going to speak out loud the way I'm reading it. I'm just going to show you the holds on the wall first. So it starts down here with a couple of crimps, both of them pretty decent. And then there's a couple holds here. One's like an undercleaning side pull, this one here, and then a bit of a bigger one on the left side, and a similar down pulling hold underneath a larger hold up here. And it comes up to a side pull on the left, just between that purple and grey hold. And then there's two bigger side pulls here up to the top hold. So that's what the route looks like. So just thinking out loud here, looks like I'm going to be starting with right left, pretty straightforward, left foot on this hold, and right foot probably flagging on the floor. And then I'm going to bump up to this one with my left, and then from there I can get my right foot up into this one, and I'm going to be pushing this way. That's going to allow me to step up and reach with the right hand, and I can then change my hand into the undercling on the left side. I can then bump the right hand up, walk my left foot up to here, do a little drop knee, and then push out, I believe, to the wide left. From there I can change my feet and get my left foot up, and then I can go into those side pulls at the end with either a left hand, right hand, and then up to the top. It could be that I don't actually need that side pull. I could go into a Gaston on the third last hold here, but yeah, we'll see how it feels on the wall. Cool route, that one. Pretty much went as I planned it, so that's always good. Doesn't happen often. Okay, moving on now to this blue V3. Couple of big pinches to start off with on these two start holds in here. I think I'm then going to move my left hand up straight away to this crimp, and then lock out the left hand, and then it's up to these bigger holds up here, both facing somewhat to the right. And then there's a hold on this side, and then a couple of bigger holds up to the top. There's also this foot a little bit low down on this side as well. and some volumes, one with the foot chip on at the bottom as well. So I'll do the same thing and talk through how I'm reading the route. Okay, so the way that I'm reading this, obviously like I say, it's going to be starting with 2 hands pinching here. I think I might have right foot on first and then flag against the wall, might be a bit easier until I get up to this crimp with my left hand, and I can change feet and get the foot on the volume. And then it's going to be somewhat dynamic up to the right hand to catch, maybe looking to keep the left hand on, and then I can get my foot up into here, match the hold, get my left hand up, and then probably get my right foot onto here, right hand out, and then there might be a little heel hook on this, reach up with the left hand, and then yeah, push up to the last hold, and yeah, possibly a heel hook a little bit higher up just to keep myself balanced, but we'll see what happens. So I did a couple of things differently to what I was expecting there in the end. Ended up bicycling on this. Actually kept me quite a lot more set on the wall, which I didn't even think about doing until I got up there. Sometimes when you read the route you can't feel what position you're going to be in, so it's difficult to actually fully read it. So quite a lot of what I did was pretty instinctual once I got up there and I could feel the body position. So whilst I read it in a certain way, the way it felt when I was actually up there was a bit different, so I just adjusted that based on kind of instinct and what I felt at the time. So that's what I did on that climb. Okay, next route is V4. Starts with a little foot chip down the bottom, and then one start hold here, nice little crimp, and then the other one a bit further to the left up here, starting with hands here. There's a foot chip on the volume there, and then you're into these slopey holds that I absolutely hate, but there we go, that's why we're going to do it. So there's a couple of them there, and a third one here, and then it's up to what looks like it could be a crimp just below this big hold about there, or it could just be blocked, I'm not sure, we'll have to find that out when we get there. But there's a big hold obviously there as well, and then up to the last hold at the end. Okay, so the way that I've read this climb, it's going to be right hand start here, left hand start here, and it's definitely left foot on, because I need to get a higher foot in order to reach to this hold. And I'll either smear with my right foot here, pushing into the wall, or alternatively I might hook a heel on this side. I'll see what it feels like in the position when I get on there. From there I can then come dynamically into this hold in the undercling, get my weight around this side, walk the feet up onto this foothold, and come up to the right with a bump. Then left foot on, stand up quite high up to the left, and then I need to walk my feet up onto probably this hold, and then push dynamically to the last hold from there. Oh, slippy hand, slippy foot. To try that again. Okay, the reason I didn't slip off that time, I put my foot a little bit more around to the right side, which made me push a bit further to the left. That opposed the force with my left hand. I mean, I didn't slip off because it's very slopey. It's difficult to get any traction on the top. So a little bit around the side, it's a bit more in-cut, and I could push in the opposing directions to my left hand, which kept me into the wall. Also made that left hand hold a lot easier to climb, a lot easier to hold onto. So from there, it was much easier to then be set and jump up to the last hold. Okay, I'm going to try this quite cool looking V4 now. There's not loads of holds on the route, which makes it quite interesting. But yeah, it starts with the foothold down here, and the 2 start holds, pretty decent crimps. This one's a bit under clinging, and so is this one, so you're pulling on both of them, but they're good holds. And then they've got these volumes as well to use up here, and there's a little foot chip on this volume that you can use as well. Big slopey hold, you need to catch that in that direction by the looks of it. And there's a foot chip on this volume, another volume to use up here, and then it's quite a big move up to the last finish hold, which is up there. Okay, so the way that I'm reading this is they're going to be starting in a drop knee. So right hand on this one, left hand doing all the work on here, pulling in this direction, obviously the direction of the hold, this way. Right foot on here, left foot flagging on the wall. That should allow me to lock off if I get in nice and tight to the wall. I won't need my right hand, I can just lock off the left, and then I can either put my right here and then bump it up, or possibly go straight up to this hold. From there I can change my feet on that, either match this to then bump out, or go straight across to the side pull, which, like I say, I need to pull in this direction. It's a hand on there, and I can get my foot up on this, up with the right hand, and then I can get my left foot up, and then right foot on here, and it's going to be quite a dynamic pull and push off my feet to the last hold, which are catching the gas on. So yeah, cool looking route. So my flexibility lets me down somewhat. I think I tried to get up to that quite square. I think next time I might try and catch it with my foot in this position. Just go straight up to this. I think it's going to be easier for me to catch the hole, but we shall see. Cool one. Really struggling to get both my feet on these, and that is once again flexibility thing. No surprise, it's on the same wall as the red one that I fell off a bunch of times because my arse was 15 yards away from the wall. Yeah, I think once I can get 2 feet on that, I'll be alright. There's not much, maybe I can grip onto the volume up there, possibly, for a bit of extra leverage, but quite tricky to do that, so trying to figure it out after a little bit of a rest. Oh, that right hand is so slippy. I'll give it a brush, see what happens from that. Got there in the end, so brushing that hold made it a lot easier to grip onto. Surprise, surprise. And then I could really pull up a bit more and lock off the arm. Beforehand I was just slipping off with my hand, but it's all because obviously I was the least flexible climber. I'm not flexible enough to keep my hips in when I get my feet up to these two, because my body's in such a compressed position. The hands are low and the feet are high, so that forces me to sink my knees And then when I do that, that brings my bum out and my weight out, and I can't hold the position. So managed to fight through it in the end, but yeah, that was a tricky route for me. Okay, so I'm going to move on now to the V5 Wasp, right next to that V4, as seen here. So there's a foothold on the left side to begin with, and then there's a lovely slopey left hand hold, and the same on the right, just a bit down pulling. And there's a foothold here, and then up to a right hand here, and a left hand up there, and then use a right hand on the crimp, out to a left hand, and then right hand on the hold on the volume, and then there's a little foothold here to reach up to the last hold up there. So this should be quite a straightforward route, I think. So the way I've read this, going to be starting obviously right hand, left hand on here, left foothold here. We're going to shift my centre of gravity over the foothold as much as I can, so I'm less reliant on these two, and then I can pull up to the right hand. From there, I can get my left foot up, nice match with my left hand, onto this hold, then pull to the next left hand on this side, then right hand up to the crimp. From that, with my feet, I can get my body weight across to the left sloper, and then right hand to the hold on the volume, left foot across, and then up to the last hold. Oh my god, that's slippy as hell, and these are slippy as hell. It's going to be harder than first thought. Feels so far. Cool. So I just thought in my mind, it felt quite awkward to have the direction of pull in this hand, this way, where the right hand is obviously down pulling. So it's a lot easier to go to that hold with my left hand. Maybe that's intended, I don't know. But that's the way I'm doing it. I find that a lot easier because I can pull down with this hold, lock out, and also have my hips above the left hold on the foot here as well. So going up with the left felt more natural, and there is enough room to match, so it could well be the way to do it. From there I can then pull to the next hold, right hand up, and then similar to what I suggested before. But yeah, I can go up with the left hand from that one. Wow, that is fucking hard. That is just so hard. I really need to do something else with that, don't I? I need to get my left foot up. Just can't picture where my body's going to be positioned to do that. Just bump my left hand off. Okay, so just giving the holds a brush, I think that'll make a big difference. They're very slopey, very slippy holds these, so those tiny percentages will make a big difference. Hopefully, that means I'll send it this time, but we'll see. I think I need to get my left foot on this one before I go for that, because the issue is when I'm pulling to it, my arms are becoming really bent, obviously, to pull to the next hole. And on slopers, when your arms are bent, it's so much harder to hold on to versus when your arms are straight, because it pulls your center of gravity further out. Because my hands are here, my shoulders are further back, versus when my arms are straight, my shoulders are further forward relative to the hole. So if I can somehow get my left foot up sooner, then that's probably going to help me out a lot to get to the next hole. I'm really struggling to figure this one out today. Closer. I think I've got to go a little bit more dynamically to that hole. I'm also thinking at the minute my foot is in a side stance. That's how I start, obviously, to begin with. I think once I've matched this, I need to kind of pivot my foot so it's this way. Toes facing the wall, heels further out. So my heels are further out, that obviously moves my body further away from the wall with my heel. So there's more room and space for me to lean into it more. Because this volume pokes out quite a long way. So at the minute when I'm in my side foot on this, what's happening is I'm too close to the wall with my body from the start. So that's pushing me away. Whereas if I turn and pivot my heel, so it's facing into the wall like this, that's going to bring my body further out and allow me that little bit of extra room to move into the wall a bit more. So I think that could make a big difference. Oh, it just doesn't feel comfortable to do that. Not quite caught it in that dead point. Went a little bit too far that time, too high. It's pretty much more difficult to catch. If I get my momentum much more spot on, then I think I should be able to hold that. Fucking hell. Fortunately, I don't think I've got this one in me today. Yeah, that hold has just got nothing on it. I'm not sure what I need to do differently. I'm struggling to figure that out right now. Part of me thinks I need to get my left foot onto here a bit sooner, then I can lock off the right and be close to the wall that way. But I just can't find a body position that's comfortable to get me in that position. The other one is the way I'm doing it so far, but what keeps happening is when I'm going for it, my knee is hitting this, and that's knocking me out from the wall. So yeah, it's tricky to find the right body position to go up to that hold. If I could reach the crimp first, then that would be fine, but I think it's a little bit too far. I have to go with my right hand as well, which would make me less balanced. So yeah, quite a tricky one. Okay, I'm going to end the video there. Pretty frustrating session, but it's what I expected. I've not climbed for a week and a half, so felt quite clumsy and not very precise on the walls, but it's really good to be back. That's the main thing. Yeah, obviously not really pushing myself too hard with my finger right now, and that's the main reason why I stopped and I'm not climbing anymore today. First session back, I don't want to do anything stupid, so I took it pretty easy. And yeah, will be similar videos for the coming weeks, but yeah, for now just looking after this, making sure it recovers properly. Still not going to see a doctor for another 2 weeks apparently, so that's why I'm just doing my own thing, and yeah, my own rehab, which involves light climbing. That's what I would diagnose and recommend. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give me a like and a comment. Really helps me out a lot. And also hit that subscribe button, helps the channel out loads as well. But yeah, as always, most importantly, make sure you grab life by the plums, and I will see you in the next one.